Hello and welcome to Save the CFPB live stream. Today, November 8th, 2025. An exciting day for everybody. Hope you're feeling really good out there today. Today, we're going to 100% save the CFPB, save America, save all the good things that everybody loves one day. Oh, we already got somebody in the chat. Hello, Andrew. Thank you for joining. We got 3 watching. Wow, it's a busy day. So today we are going to play 2 games. We're going to play Scamper, and we're going to play Queue Up. And then I am going to eat tater tots for lunch. I'm super excited about the tater tots. I've wanted tater tots for quite some time, like weeks and weeks. And, it's not a tater tot. It's just not a tater tot world. Like it's not a world for tater tot fans. You go to a McDonald's, you go to a Burger King, and you're going to see fries on the menu. Maybe you go to an Arby's, you're going to see mozzarella sticks. Now, the Arby's, you got mozzarella sticks, you got curly fries, you got crinkle fries, and you got potato wedges, okay? You know what none of those are? Tater tots. None of them freaking tater tots. No tater tots. So, I've been looking forward to the tater tots for 24 hours. No, less than. They just came into the house yesterday afternoon, and so since they came in the house, I've been looking forward to them. So that's not a long time for these specific tater tots. But like I said before, I've been thinking about tater tots for weeks. So to finally sink my teeth into the tater tots today. Ooh, yeah. So this all stemmed from Sheetz. Everybody know Sheetz? No, you don't know Sheetz because you're probably not from Western Pennsylvania, West Virginia, or maybe like parts of Maryland, maybe. Anyways, we have Sheetz. And Sheetz used to have tots. And my family and I went to Sheetz a couple weeks ago. And we were, just trying to get some food. So I pull up the Sheetz app. I thought Sheetz, and I swear, I think this is true. This is the case. At one point, Sheetz had tater tots. And now they do not have tater tots. The disappointment was heartbreaking. It was a world of hurt for me and my inner tater tot desires. I wanted to get a big cup of tater tots. And the thing is, like, look, prices have been going up, okay? Sheetz is a gas station with food. Now, some people will argue that point, but primarily Sheetz is a gas station with food. And you expect there to get some pretty cheap food. But I could tell you, if you want to get a full cup of tater tots at a Sheetz, it isn't cheap. But I couldn't even pay a lot of money for full cup of tater tots. So it was pretty depressing. Sonic has tater tots. Okay. I'm pretty sure they still have tater tots. I don't eat fast food that much, but I'm a connoisseur. We don't have Sonics close, really, to me. So back to square one. So now instead, I'm having Trader Joe's tater tots at home. This will be in the air fryer. Put a little sprinkling of oil on them. Spray them down with the oil. If you don't have an air fryer in your house, you really need to get one, especially if you're a tater tots fan. Anyways, I'm Chuck. I've been an employee of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau for 13 years now. Very proud of my work with the CFPB. I'm here representing myself, not my official capacity as an employee of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, nor as a member of the NTEU 335 CFPB union. I'm here only as myself, speaking only as myself. That said, very proud of the work the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has done. We will talk more about that as the stream goes on. But for now, Scamper, Queue Up, Tater Tots, CFPB, Sheetz, no more Tater Tots, Sonic, maybe Tater Tots, we don't know. So that's our summary so far. So let's get started. We're going to fire up Scamper here. Now, I have not played either of these games at all yet. I'm excited for both of them, but I'm going to have to do a little bit of trickery doodle to get the screen resolution down and things like that before I start sharing them. So you'll give me a moment, because again, not only have I not played them, I haven't even started them up. This is the first time that anything will happen with these games. So anyways, what is it about the tater tot? I don't know. Like a hash brown that's kind of close to a tater tot, which actually I don't think these are technically Trader Joe's tater tots. I think they're hash browns, but they're small and compact and resemble like a tot. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm just setting up the video mode. We got a windowed mode for Scamper. Now we're good. All right, perfect. Okay, we're going to go back. Now Scamper, I wonder if Scamper is going to want me to have my controller plugged in. I wonder if queue up's, I don't know. Again, I haven't played either of these. So, the other thing I want to do with Scamper real fast is just turn off the music. And I apologize to the Scamper composer, but I just like to keep the music off when I'm streaming games. Okay, and now I can finally let's get over to our gaming window. Now I can finally add the game screen for Scamper and for the sound for Scamper, assuming I can find the window for Scamper. Scamper, where did you go? There we go. All right, there's your Scamper window, and here's your Scamper sound, and we're ready to go. All right, so hopefully now you can all see the window. I just need to shift things a little bit around. I'm going to center this a little bit better, and now we're ready to go. All right, play. So, there's story. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt the story, but sounds like I'll just comment. You know, this is like a director's commentary. Never expected the picnic would damage the world. That's a shame. Goldfish not known for their memories, so that's interesting. And now Matilda's lost. Okay, we don't know Matilda. Okay, a lot of complexity here already. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you this. I love a Zeppelin. So we're digging in already. Yes, so Andrew in the chat says we have Wawa. Wawa and Sheetz in Pennsylvania. That's like a battle. There are no Wawas near me. I live in the Pittsburgh area. Not a Wawa to be found. If you go far over to the Philadelphia area, I believe there's no Sheetz's. I don't know Wawa's, potato food basis. I don't know if they've got a tot. Already it seems a little bit strange that the fish are in the air, but it does seem like aliens are responsible for some of this. This is a paper mache pig. Uh-oh, I'm getting a little slow down. I might have too many things running. I may be challenging the Unreal Engine, and for that I apologize. I'm gonna close some stuff. I don't close tabs enough, so it's possible some memory is getting eaten up. Not good streamer habits, really. As a streamer, I should probably close all my other apps so that I'm getting the maximum amount of frame rate. Oh man, I've got there's so many windows. Does anybody else have this tab problem? All right, I think it is a widespread issue. But all right, so what do we got here? Okay, that's a very high jump. All right, okay, Piggy. So Scamper was gifted to me actually by a friend of the developer of Scamper. So I want to thank the developers of Scamper and my coworker who gifted it to me. Um, ooh. Okay, I got 1 acorn. I got 2 acorn. I see acorn collecting. But yeah, the overall, you know, I mean, aside from what was explained here in the beginning of the game, I really don't know what else is going on in Scamper. I do want to try. Oh yeah, climbing a ladder. That feels good. This is a very nice. It's a nice barn. There's another ladder. I wonder, you know, is this a jump puzzle kind of thing? No, seems pretty simple. Easy controls. I feels good because first person and you know climbing things can really be a bit dismaying. I have you know problems with like not being able to see the feet of the character, which is why I usually prefer a third person game. Oh, okay. So this is that's the Zeppelin collar, I guess. I'm gonna go down to the ground and activate the animals, quote unquote. Okay, shift gives me a little boost speed. All right, these are pigs, and okay, I think it's indicating left click. Oh, okay. I'm trying to left click. I got O. Collect acorn. Find the animal god. I've got a map. Okay. Whoa. Oh, there's pig. All right, pig. I keep looking at the pig's butt, and I apologize for that. Pig. Pig. I'm activating you, pig. I got 0 acorns again. Maybe I need to collect more acorns. Okay, I've got an acorn now. And if I come over here, I've got 0 acorns again. So maybe I got to give the acorns to the pig. Yeah, okay. I'm now giving acorns to the pig, I believe. Okay. Acorns have reappeared. I've got 2 acorns now. Alright. Got multiple acorns. Okay, I've got 5 acorns. How many acorns does the pig need? Okay. I'm just giving him... Or am I throwing the acorns? No, I think I'm throwing the acorns. Oh. I think I'm throwing the acorns. Yeah, I'm throwing them. And they are bouncing around wildly. But not making the pig active. I could jump over these fences. See, it says acorn, around, throw, pig. It's a mystery. Okay. I like a mystery, though, so. I'm going to go out and look at the... there's a thing over here that looked interesting. It's a big golden acorn, I think. Oh, I can save. Okay, that's good. Barn area. Alright. Okay, so let's go back to acorn farming. And throwing. And again, there are whales in the sky. That's not where they go. It's obviously having a strange time. There's a force field. Probably can't get through that. So it is back to acorn gathering. What's O? Spawn creatures, climb a tree, run on fence, leave the barn, ride the train. These are achievements, I think. Objectives. Okay, yeah. Okay, alright. Resume. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. That's the button. Alright. At any rate. So, right now, I want to talk about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau for a moment as I throw acorns. So maybe I how about acorn? How about a bigger? Nope. You don't like this? Do you like this? Are you enjoying this? I'm trying to. The Consumer Fin. Oh, I got him. And a giraffe. Okay. Something good happened. I threw the acorn in an appropriate and beneficial way. I think I hit him in the butt. I don't know if that's the secret. But looks like they're animated. That one's animated. Okay, I think I maybe have reanimated the animals. The CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, have put a regulation in place, and I'm not going to cite this precisely because I'm not one of the regulators or a lawyer or anything like that. But that limited the, or perhaps removed entirely, the application of medical debt to credit scores, so that your medical debt could not be counted against your credit score negatively. And the new administration decided that that wasn't good, and they took that away. And I mean, I think that there's a lot of problems with medical debt in this country, but let's say I'm open to the idea that you could have a valid argument that medical debt should count on your credit score, accepting for the moment that that's true. And accepting that people could have different opinions on that, and accepting that even the states who have the power to make laws not otherwise, under the purview of the federal government, and the states could say that medical debt should not count against your credit score. Okay, I'm a little confused. I'm going to throw... I mean, the solution to everything seems to be throw acorns. But I mean, maybe not, because that didn't work. I thought I activated it, but I cannot get to the Zeppelin. Did the force field go down? Oh, maybe that was just for the force field. Can I talk to the animals? At any rate, states have decided, well, we're going to put up our own laws locally that says that, medical debt in the state or whatever can't count towards your credit score. Okay. Now the CFPB in this administration, under this administration, has said, no, states can't make those laws. I disagree with that strongly. That seems... it seems like government overreach, which is weird, because I really thought this administration was against government overreach. Anyways, so another reason why I think folks need to... Whoa, what's going on there? Pay attention to what's going on with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and what's going on with that weird glowing thing that just went in the door of the barn. Whoa, what's that? Hey, what are you? Hey, come back. No, come back here. Are you guiding me to the roof? I already went up there. And I threw acorns at it. It didn't get... Nothing exciting happened. Okay. All right. Well, okay. This I thought maybe it looked like there was an acorn receptacle here. But I don't see that. Let me see. Can I try to hit a button? E. Again, puzzle game. I like puzzles. But I think I want to go that way, so I'm going to go that way. At any rate, so this is why I think it's important that, this is why this Save the CFP, which I think is up there. I don't know, I might be pointing in the wrong direction. It's up there. Save the CFP is such an important movement, really. It's a generational movement that I'm having. You're all invited to join. But that's why I think the Save the CFP effort that I'm undergoing is so important for everybody. Oh, this is interesting. That's very interesting. Can I? Whee! Okay. So what we'll be asking you to do later is go to 5calls.org, look for CFPB, call your senators, tell them to fully restore CFPB's funding in any upcoming budget bill or what have you. I want to talk to you. Come back. I'm just a squirrel. I'm a squirrel. Come talk to me. No. Let's see, what's over here now? Ooh, is this railroad tracks? Oh, those go somewhere. Here, this way. Ooh, lions. And a big acorn. What's this big acorn all about? Oh, mysteries. A little acorn. I need that to throw at people. So I'm hoping the tater tots aren't disappointing. You know, I'm a little bit afraid. This is life philosophy I have. My life philosophy is don't it's manage your expectations. Yeah, right. Okay. Let's call it that. But don't get too excited about something that hasn't happened. Don't get too depressed about something that has happened or hasn't happened. Just, play it cool. And I'm afraid I maybe got a little overexcited about the Zeppelin, come to me. I don't think that that's how this works, but there was something about a fence too. I should have paid more attention to the objectives. But I'm having fun climbing stuff and running around. I want to go in there. It looks like there might be a door here. So now that I've built up the tater tot expectations, I might have set myself up for some disappointment. Because again, thinking back, I don't think they're actually tater tots. I think they were technically hash browns. Like mini hash browns. And I'm worried also... Ooh, mushroom. I threw an acorn at the mushroom, which isn't good. And if they're like mini hash browns, maybe they're okay, no, here we go. They're Trader Joe's potato tots. Okay, no, those are tater tots. Okay, good. We're good. Now, am I still excited still? Probably. Because I'm not going to deep fry them. And I mean, we know that deep frying them is where the action's at. But the good news is that an air fryer does a pretty good job. So I'm still pretty excited about that. The only thing that could make it better, I'll tell you what I like with a tater tot, is a cheese sauce. Is it a cheddar cheese sauce? I don't know. It's fake cheese sauce, right? Not nacho cheese sauce per se. Not cheddar cheese sauce per se. Just orange liquid cheese. I couldn't even describe the flavor of it to you. But you all probably know what I mean. Everybody loves the liquid cheese. All right. I don't think I'm supposed... Well, this says there was a climb a tree thing. I don't know. Are there buttons I'm not using that are climb tree buttons? Am I failing? I might be. I don't know. I'm going to go try the fence thing. That's a fire. I don't want to go in there. I'm going to hit objectives again. I spawn the creatures. Climb a tree. Run on fence. Disable force field. Follow the tracks. Okay, well, follow the tracks can definitely do. I do like the jump hover is very satisfying. I said this game was about being a squirrel, but they said at the beginning, it has been a long time since you've been a squirrel on Earth. So now I'm wondering, am I a squirrel? And this is what first-person perspective games always leave me a little bit puzzled. If I don't know what I look like. And again, that's why I like the third-person perspective a lot more. Portal. I remember playing Portal and trying in a variety of ways to get a good look at my reflection to reveal who my character was. This also happened in Subnautica, which is a great game. I'm not criticizing Scamper. I'm having a fun time with Scamper. But if it did have a part where I built a submarine, it'd be pretty fun. Anyways, So I don't know if I'm a squirrel or I'm like a little alien or a mutant, and I was abducted from the Earth in my squirrel form, and then experiments were performed upon me. There's a goldfish involved. Clearly, I'm not like on normal Earth because there are whales flying in air, and that doesn't work on normal Earth. All right, and I lost the railroad. I straight up lost the railroad. I was trying to find my way back to the railroad. You know what? There's a map. Okay, okay. The railroad is this way. The railroad is this way. Oh, that was a butterfly maybe. Made a weird noise, but I am short. I can tell you that whoever this character is, squirrel, alien, mutant, rhinoceros, it is short. It's a short character. It's a tater tot. Maybe that's what. Maybe I'm playing a tater tot. That would really bring this all together. Okay. Well, anyways, we're gonna hang out and scamper for a few more minutes. I'm gonna try and get a couple more achievements, and and then we do have to get Q up squeezed in here. So we will be switching to Q up eventually. I'll probably come back to scamper and see how much. Oh, the Zeppelin's there. Can I go see the Zeppelin? Will the Zeppelin accept me as one of its very own children? I love a Zeppelin. So I I I'm a miniatures gamer. I'm big into miniatures, and I recently got a 3D printable miniatures like skirmish game. So you fight with your little mans. In fact, here's that's the size. You can't. There's no way that you can see this guy, but he's very, very tiny. That's the scale. It's a 12 millimeter scale, but it's all about airship battles, and that is, I love it. Ooh, I think I can get up there. So I don't know. I grew up with Tailspin, and I loved Baloo, trying to always to get one over on Shere Khan and the Don Carnage. Love a Don Carnage. And, okay, this doesn't look climbable, and that's sad. I was really... Okay, what about this? This is like a gantry. Anyways, so I'm really excited about this airship game, and maybe as a part of the Save the CFPB Enterprise, I'll do some, battle reports of this game. It's called Sector AL-IX. I just call it Sector Alex. It's by French company Bishock, I think, or French artist. I don't know how many people there are in the Bishock, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited about tater tots. I'm excited about airships, zeppelins, tater tot zeppelin. I mean, maybe when I'm eating the tater tots, I might pretend they're zeppelins and they go dip in the ketchup. I'm just excited. Today's going to be a good day. All right. I don't see a good way to get up to the Zeppelin. The Zeppelin seems to be made out of brass, gold. It's not a good Zeppelin material. So, if you want to know a fun thing about Zeppelins, actually, this is more a thing about how nerdy I am. I really like Zeppelins and airships. As I said before, the airship in Super Mario Brothers 3, the airship battles. I can't tell you how much I love the Bowser airships. But anyways. But, we have to use hydrogen, fill these balloons with hydrogen. Buoyancy is an interesting thing, right? So what we're doing when we fill a balloon with hydrogen to make a Zeppelin float, and this is like, that's an elephant. It's got Metropolis vibes. Interesting. There's a lot going on here. I'm going to scale the elephant. He's got a sword. I like a sword. And it scales. That's nice. I scale the elephant, and then there are scales. It's maybe not an elephant. It's elephant-esque. Oop. Save game. So, buoyancy is occurs when the density of a certain material is less than the density of the surrounding material. So, you can also achieve this effect with a displacement in a liquid that would makes things buoyant, because the overall density of the displacement, i.e., a ship made of metal can still float because it's displacing X amount of volume, and its mass is Y, and thus the density of the resulting frame is lower than the density of the water. Something blue and glowing. We're going to find this out. Anyways, to float in air, you use hydrogen, right? Hydrogen is less dense than the surrounding gases because hydrogen is such a light gas. But air is so already not dense. All right. Well, all right, who's ready for an adventure? Oh. I don't know if it's good or bad. Anyways, air is so sparse already, not dense, that you even hydrogen, the lightest material in the universe, you need a lot of it to create lift due to the buoyancy to haul humans around. If you look at the scale of the balloon on like the Hindenburg versus the scale of the gondola, the part where the people sat in, it's huge, right? Huge difference, because you just needed all this hydrogen. Hydrogen is extremely reactive for reasons. I'm not going to explain the whole periodic table of elements. Oh my, that's fun. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, so in my nerdiness, I once tried to calculate what if you could make something even lighter than hydrogen? And I mean, there's nothing lighter than hydrogen, but theoretically, something could have less mass than hydrogen. But it's like, even if you could find a rigid balloon that was extremely lightweight and it contained a vacuum, which is massless, the resulting buoyancy on Earth is like a joke. So even if we could create rigid, extremely light balloons to hold a vacuum, using that to get zeppelins around still sucks. Hot air works pretty good. Hot air it's more about it's more like a thermodynamic thing, and it's about how density and temperature interact and stuff. And there's a whale, and he's just flying, and I love that for him. But again, going back to the buoyancy thing, it's just not realistic. Anyways, I did all this because I was writing a novel. Is kind of not steampunk per se, kind of steam pulp, I guess, something in that genre. And I was trying to kind of think my way through how this world could be full of airships and zeppelins, and the math just doesn't math. So let's just say I'm disappointed about the reality of airships and zeppelins. It's a very difficult proposition. I mean, we have the Goodyear blimp. Don't get me wrong. I would love to drive around in the Goodyear blimp. I'm just saying we're not all going to be blimping from town to town anytime soon, because it's not efficient. And, that's disappointing to me. I would love to, again, bop around in Bowser's airship, or in Tailspin. The pirates had this gigantic battle station they flew around the sky, which, I mean, if you've seen Avengers movies, they have the helicarrier, right? And I love a helicarrier, but again, not realistic. The amount of jet fuel you'd have to use, it's just... And I would like to, I just like to live in that world. Yes, and Andrew points out an excellent idea of an anti-mass, a negative mass material that could react inversely with gravity. In my novel, in the world I was creating, the steam pulp world I was creating, what I ended up doing was essentially it was an imaginary gas. It wasn't lighter than air, but when energized, it would create a force. So kind of with electricity, you could energize the gas, and the gas would direct, would create force in a certain direction. So you could use it to hover and to propel yourself forward. Um, I was toying with that. I was messing around with it. Really wasn't important to the story, but but I had to come up with the reasons anyways. And the other thing I was messing around with is an idea. And again, I've been talking about this for 20 minutes and no one cares, but is that it would create like specifically an anti-gravity force, because gravity is pulling you towards the center of the Earth, and if you had some sort of force that was dulling gravity or negative mass, which we don't. There's no. The math works, but antimatter, for instance, doesn't have negative mass. I don't think you can math that. I don't think you can make that work. I think it still has to have a positive mass, because antimatter is affected by almost everything else. It's just that it annihilates regular matter when it comes into contact. Regardless, I think probably everybody. Hey, it's a map. I think probably everybody was a little bit more with me on the tater tots discussion than the anti-grav zeppelin discussion, but it was pertinent to the game, because there's a zeppelin, and there's the anti-grav zeppelin right there. Again, a metallic substance is a poor idea. That's a big old thing. Look at that. That's a big old mushroom. Huh. So Scamper, Scamper, fun little game. Obviously, there's some more puzzles and things. I mean, it's a fun little exploration game. Very nice, casual game. It's pretty. I like the controls. They don't feel like sluggish or delicate. Nice. If you want to get to the top of the barn, you just get to the top of the barn. So recommend from me, and I'll come back to it and solve it in a future episode. Right now, what I'm looking for is one of those golden acorns. I mean, I haven't actually made progress since the last time I touched a golden acorn, but that I know of. But it's worth looking for a save. Okay, there's some mushrooms. I like these things. I like to hit one of these guys. Wabahom! That's a good feeling. Oh. It's a bad feeling when I didn't quite make the rocks, though. Okay. So then after this, a couple more minutes, and then we'll do our call to action for 5calls.org and our petition, our stop vote petition. And I will plea and cry and ask you to please call your senators. And then we'll play Queue Up, and we'll see how that goes. That game seems, to call it a game might be a little bit of a misnomer. It is from the makers of, what is it? Universal Paperclips. Universal Paperclips is a hell of a game. It's almost, again, more of a comment than a game. Coyote Time. I like that. I like a slow fall is nice, because, actual physics would say that the jump up is going to feel much slower than the fall, in real physics. But when you are playing a game where they're trying to accelerate you down at real speeds, the real acceleration due to gravity, or even a realistic one, it feels very dangerous all of a sudden. It feels very uncontrolled. It feels very dangerous. So a lot of times, you just have to go with what's comfortable instead of what's, physically real. All right. There's a big old gold nugget for me. I wonder if this is not going to count as climbing a tree, I bet, because this tree is having a bad day. All right. Here we go. Up the tree. Up the tree. I like to go up. Yeah, I'm saving. Snow entrance. This is the snow entrance. Interesting. All right. So we are going to go now and do our call to action. And hey, we're going to have more content coming to the channel. I did a video, kind of, about AI that is pre-recorded so that I have to still finish editing. It's mostly, funny and kind of sardonic. It's not really an expert's opinion on AI. I've studied a lot of what fuels large language models, how they work, how they're used. I am by no means an expert, but it's more of a funny video, so stay tuned for that. But before that comes, how about you go to 5calls.org? Why? Because 5calls.org can easily give you the numbers for your representative and your 2 senators. Everybody got 1 and 2. Unless you live in Puerto Rico or U.S. Virgin Islands, a couple other places. You don't have a senator. You may have a representative that is non-voting. I don't know all that off the top of my head. Like, D.C. has a non-voting representative, but D.C. has an electoral college vote. At least one. D.C. has no senators. And when it comes to the other territories and stuff, I just don't know. So, did my phone just make a boop? This is my phone. Something happened in my pocket. I should mute it usually when I am doing streams, so I'm going to mute it now. And now it's on vibrate. Somebody sent me a text earlier. Hello, Eric. I haven't seen you for a long time. What's up? My name's not Eric. This is probably one of those bots that try to trick you. But sometimes I do like to respond to those. So let's say, hey, just building a deck on my squirrel condo. That's relevant to the game we were just playing. So go to 5calls.org, call your representative and your 2 senators, and ask them to fully restore funding to the CFPB. We have a whole lot of information up there. If you go to 5calls and you search for CFPB, you're going to find our script. That's the link to it, but you don't have to type that in. Just go and search. It's much easier. We also have a script at ntu335.org/script. Again, more information that might help you. I'm sorry, my nose is extremely itchy, and this happens to me every time I get on stream. My nose just gets itchier and itchier. Okay, sorry. I'm not going to, allergize and get my allergy spray here, but you don't want to see that. We'll see if this person responds to my comment about the squirrel condo. So far, no. So please go to 5calls.org and advocate for us. We have returned $21 billion to consumers over the last 14 years. We spend about $1 for every almost $3 we return to consumers. We have tools on our website for all sorts of cool stuff. One of them, unfortunately, just recently went away, and I bragged about it in an earlier video about our credit comparison tool. It's very cool, and unfortunately, it's down now, which is sad, because it was a good, non-profit, if you want to put it that way, public good credit card comparison tool. As opposed to the ones that have ads and stuff. Now, I'm not knocking those. There's a place for both, I think. There's a place for neutral and there's a place for sponsored because, the CFPB's credit card comparison tool isn't there to try and get you a deal, but, maybe some of these sponsored content ones are. And they might have better deals or they might have an inside track. I don't know. They might have, promotions or something. The CFPB is not going to give you a promotion for signing up for a card. That's not our place. But we can do a survey of credit card companies and tell you what their terms are on average. And that's what we did. And I think it was a really good application. And it's unfortunately not up anymore. I hope we bring it back. The code didn't go anywhere. But yeah. And that's the kind of thing that is disappointing about this administration's approach to consumer protection. And it's just like basic stuff. I feel like it's non-controversial to Americans, and because we aren't, the biggest name in government watchdog, it's kind of going being swept under the rug. It's kind of going unnoticed. But if you call your senators, it won't go unnoticed forever. And we've been doing really good. People have been calling. The senators and reps are hearing from you and from us. We just got to keep it up, and things can change. As I've promised before, this stream will go on until the CFPB is fully saved. So if they do something bad and take away the CFPB, then you'll have me until they bring the CFP back. I'll be doing my little short, silly videos, and I'll be doing my little live streams, and I'll be doing my pre-recorded bits. Got a response for Eric. Sorry to bother your work time. I'm Joey. Excuse me, you are Eric who came to my friend's BD party, right? Yes, I am Eric. Period. The one with the cybernetic Cervantes, no. Damn you, autocorrect. Cybernetic arm. I mean, because you wouldn't forget Eric with the cybernetic arm. So, Andrew, great question. Why is it better to call or write my senator? I think both are good. I do think that there's something to be said for the amount of effort that goes into a request to your senators. This isn't just in general, I think, for folks out there who are interested in lobbying. Calls are, I think, a level of effort that people recognize that not everybody enjoys making phone calls. So that's a certain level of effort. But also some people do, and they call those folks every day. So I think that they recognize that level of effort as being probably more than an email, right? But in either of those cases, if you request a meeting with them, like you want to talk to a member of their staff or something, they're going to recognize that as another level of effort. I'm not saying, I mean, I would love it for everybody to do that who's watching this video, but I just think that and this is kind of based on what I've seen and heard from organizations who lobby elected officials. And I mean, based on a basic psychology, which is the greater the effort that's involved, the more impact it probably has with the staff of the senator and with the or representative, and with or any elected official, mayor. So if you see a postcard come in, or a handwritten letter, or even hand-typed letter with a signature, if you're giving them your name, your phone number, your address, if you're telling them you're a member of a union, if you're telling them you're a business owner, if you're telling them, your place in the community, that's another, point, I think. So each of those things that you can contribute, each level of effort you can contribute is going to count more. So I basically think the harder something is to do, the more it counts. But by the same token, that's where it's difficult with letters and phone calls. Letters, if it's handwritten, that is, I think people recognize that. But then if it's typed, there are, groups that kind of automate printed letters that they then send. And my parents, for instance, signed on to something one time, and it sent off a printed letter to their representative, and their representative really actually wrote them back, and essentially dismissed. I mean, I don't think it was a handwritten response. It was an automated response in all likelihood, but essentially dismissed their letter because it came from, kind of a known automated source, or because it was, printed in their name. So, in the mind of the elected official, it's easier to ignore things that they think could be automated. It's hard to ignore a phone call with, someone's voice. It's hard to ignore the, if emotion is in your voice or whatever, because a human is listening to it, even if it isn't that elected official. It's a member of their staff or someone else. A human is reading the letter. A human is listening to the phone call, the voicemail, whatever. So I just think that in general, the level of effort is what what counts, and that might be a handwritten letter or it might be a phone call. I think those could come, neck and neck, but like just an email is probably lower on that list. An automated thing or signing a petition is probably even lower. So I think that's just basically just kind of logical, and it matches up with like what I see from people who do this stuff more heartily than I do. All right, and we're overdue for queue up, so let me get queue up started, and we will jump onto that. And I don't know for how long queue up is going to be interesting. Uh, you wouldn't. So it's from the creators of Universal Paperclips, and Universal Paperclips is a really interesting thing. And if you don't know anything about it, it's hard to explain. I'm sure there's a wiki page or something, but it is essentially a game that starts off with clicking, and then you kind of automate the clicking, and then it goes from there and becomes more and more insane. And it's part joke, part you could look at it as allegorical or what have you, but a lot of it's just joke. And obviously, a competitive coin flipping game where the randomness is real, according to them. That's kind of a joke just in concept. So I expect it to be a little bit tongue-in-cheek, humorous. Now, it might also be kind of fun. I wouldn't say Universal Paperclips is a lot of fun, but it's kind of fun. So we'll see. We'll just see what they're offering. So loading it up now. Anyways, while we're loading up that, it does look like, again, there's a whale in the game, maybe. It might be that you can change your character to a whale, so that seems fun. But while we're loading this up, let's talk about the stop vote petition. Russell Vogt is the acting director of the CFPB right now. He is also the director of OMB, and he is a founder of Project 2025, which a lot of people weren't into. You know what? You're gonna miss some stuff in queue up. It's all right. I'm gonna have to share this because it is fairly humorous, but it's just gonna be a little bit annoying because it's full screen. So, anyways, first we'll talk about the petition. Go to change.org/stopvote. Read up on what Russell Vogt has been doing as the head of the CFPB and what the administration has been doing that is harmful to consumers, in my opinion, and not fulfilling the mission of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. If you agree, please sign your name on there. Every little bit helps. We got one representative. If you know a representative or a senator, maybe ask them to sign it too. But we got one representative, Rashida Tlaib, so far. I think she's the only one so far, but, we're just trying to get attention to this. I think a lot of people have heard Russell Vogt's name in the last couple weeks, month since the shutdown, and that's, I think, good because I think people should be aware of the decisions that this administration is making, and if they don't agree with them, they should ask them to stop at the very least and encourage, these goals that Project 2025 has to be curtailed from this administration's mission. That's my opinion. If you agree, there's your link. It's a pretty easy one. Okay, now we're going to go over this window. I want to show you the screen because it's kind of funny, and I haven't yet gotten to a settings screen. So how am I going to, turn off full screen and etc. I'm not going to be able to. So here's the joke. I'm going to have to shrink this little window here. There we go. Randomness. Adjust the slider until the middle string of digits is completely random. I don't know if this is a joke, but how would you determine if they're completely random or not? I don't know. That's somewhat arbitrary. Like, if they're changing, does that mean they're random? Not necessarily. But I'm just going to go here. I feel good about that. We'll go next. Mouse sensitivity. I'm going to put the whale sensitivity way up. Developer sensitivity. Again, jokes. That's great. I love jokes. You're reading a fictional terms of service, which is a simulation of a legal document presented for entertainment purposes. Well, this document purports to govern the relationship and serve as a legally binding agreement between you and us and set forth the terms and conditions by which you may access and use the game. The software embedded therein, etc. says these terms do not contain any arbitration agreements or class action waivers. Um, Again, this is jokes. I'm just kind of skimming to see if there's any more funny stuff. You may access the services without an account with us because we are not real and this document isn't an actual legal agreement. Um, Virtual items. No, it looks more real, but, limited license. Okay, I'm going to accept. Please scroll to the right to accept. Okay. Now the accept button is running away from me. Okay. This guy, Luke the Gambler. It's a big winner for me. Okay, we're matchmaking now, so I don't know if if this is online only, that could be a problem if I want to play it off offline. I might need to play it in the middle of the woods or something. Oh, that's me. I didn't know there was teams. Okay, we're upside. All right, what do I do? Yeah! Right. Nice. Oh, we got 1,000 points. We are rank 2. That's great. Hero is level. We leveled up our hero. He's got new skills now. I feel good about that. Oh, we're in another match. Yeah! 2 ups. Kicking ass at this game. Oh, sorry. This is I try to keep it G-rated, but I guess a PG. It's all right. I've got double down now. Okay, 2, 3, 1. Come on! Oh, this is starting to feel a little bit unlikely, but each flip of the coin is independently random. So, oh, I guess we got our victories. Top results. Oh, cool. All right. Now I could probably change the window size. Let's see. I don't want full screen, thank you. No, that's not a good one. That'll do. Okay. Now I'm going to reposition this because it got shrunk down a little. There we are. This is beautiful. Okay. Now let's see what we can do about leveling up. I'm going to always play offline. Show party skills. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what we can do about leveling up. Oh, we can team up with friends. That's good. Let's see. Action Junkie. Q multi per degree of the tilt meter. If on fire or on tilt, 1.5 Q multi instead. Sure. So okay. Raise the stakes. If win, 100 for each skill triggered this flip. If lost, minus 50 for each skill. I don't know. That sounds dangerous. I'm going to stick with Action Junkie. So, how do I, okay. I guess I have no upgrade points available. I see. Okay, I was trying to click on things, but I don't actually have an upgrade. I'm angry. Yeah, okay. Skills. So, oh, okay, wait. Oh, okay, I can move this onto the board. Okay, I don't know what that does. On win, trigger an adjacent node. Oh, okay. That's all right. Yeah, that's all sensible. Sure. I could spend crystals. I'm going to spend crystals to unlock the item shop, obviously. Increased wallet size. Comically oversized wallet. Item recycling system. That's smart. I can get a bandage. I'm going to get the item recycling system. I got some gear. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't look like I have any. I have a box. Open the box. The key doesn't fit. Oh, well. This key belongs to the Backwood Gamers. Oh. All right, I don't want to. Can I equip the key? No. Okay. Well, we're learning. Goes up on wins and down on losses. Your degree number is your current distance from the center of the tiltometer in either direction. All right. I do have a friend playing queue up now, so maybe I can jump on with them. This is the role play element, I think. Oh, I got 10 crystals. Welcome to the future of esports. I need more information about how Q works. Okay. Let's go to the home. Oh, there's news. That opens an external window. Don't worry about that. Oh, my friend has picked a different hero. That's all I can see about them. Okay, well, anyways. Skills. All right, we did that already. Okay, let's do another match. Queue up, baby. So, see what I can win. I don't know. These wait times still seem a little long. Like, do I really... I mean, waiting 10 seconds for a coin flip match just doesn't feel... Okay, we got the Q side this time. So... Up. Ugh. Okay, well, we got to 0. That's good. We didn't lose whatever points. Okay, what we got this time? We got Q. Don't mind if I do. Look at all those points. Very nice. Okay. I should go on to Reddit and find out the meta so I can really optimize my coin flipping. Let's see what we got. Oh, come on. Man. I don't know about this game. Well, I got to level 4. I got quick draw. Let's see. Is it, I guess it's not best of 3? Ugh. That's 3 losses. So, I mean, I think we lose, right? That's the end of the flipping? Is that the end of the flipping? Yeah, okay. Well, you win some, you lose some. All right, let's see. We got to get better skills. Let's see, we got quick draw. On flip, plus 40 Q times the number of triggers so far this flip. My trigger's on win. This trigger's on flip. I have an upgrade point. I'm going to go for Action Junkie. Can I get that? There we go. Increase activation stock by 1. Okay, cool. And you can respec. Oh, I got mail. Fakak. Q was invented by the mathematician John Edmund Carrick. All right, that's that guy. This feels very... I mean, it feels... oh, that's Dr. John. Not Dr. John Carrick. That's Dr. John Carrick. This is just Dr. John. Different guy. I would say go to the YouTube and look for Dr. John on what is it? Midnight Train, Midnight. What the heck is Midnight Special? Midnight Special is a show that they used to do live music, semi-live music. Watch Dr. John on Midnight Special is a good time. You'll have a good time. All right. It's quickly coming to tater tots time, so I'm just gonna try. Oh, what's this now? Interesting. All right, and then a dark forest. Oh, see now, look, this is actual role playing. I'm gonna go to the east to the jingle and fairy music. Boom. All right. I guess that's it for now. Okay. Let's see. Heroes. Can I buy any more gear? I gotta go to the shop. Okay. What's this? Ooh, a cyborg. Emoji. Plus 150 Q for every mech item you have equipped. Cyborg. Plus 150 for every mech item you have equipped. I don't have that much money. Oh, no, I have a bit. I've got a nice... Let's see. We need... I need a bigger wallet size. I'm going to buy stats for sure. Additional item slot. Why not? Now I have a stats thing. Okay. That's pretty good. All right. We're doing it. Okay. Let's see. I want to win that next round. So again, if this game is anything like Universal Paperclips, this is kind of a prelude to something going completely insane. So this is the part of the part of the game where everything will seem normal, and you're just man, not good. And you're just playing what seems like a normal game, and then at some point everything will go completely out of control and not make any sense anymore. So you just got to muscle through this part to get to the crazy part. Victory. There we go. I forgot to turn off the music. It's okay. Okay, toss 3. Here we go. Cue! Look at these people. I don't know what he's got going on over here with all these red dots, but good for him. I've just got a tiltometer. This guy's got new skill acquired. Top pair. This guy's got meta read. Get meta. Okay, I couldn't even read that. Oh, let's see. What is this? Resets when you don't. Gains meta when you see the selected hero on the enemy team. Oh, okay. Okay, and he's got him over here. Luke. There's a medic. That's fun. Oh. Come on. You know what the problem is that I got teamed up with some real chumps. And if they knew how to play the game, that wouldn't have happened. Luckily, I still got some points. So, you know, we can put some points in. I guess we'll raise the stakes. Yeah, why not? Okay, well, you know, again, you win some, you lose some. What's this up here now? This is a new guy? Oh. I don't have any points left. But this is a big... I see. Okay, look at all that. Look at all that. That's a huge skill tree. All right, go to the shop, see what else we can get. Warped Prism. I'm looking for cyborg stuff. This is mech. I want to get that for sure. That isn't mech. I'm looking for mech stuff, please. XP booster. That's good, but I can't afford it. Mech 0-day trader. Yeah, let's take that. If you have at least one mech, one magic, and one material item equipped, +3. No, I don't need that. We have technology. Take that. Oh, I can't. Okay, I'm out. Let's see. Okay, so go to my gear now. I need to actually, I think, equip some items. That's good. Now open the box. Okay, that still doesn't work. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about how that's going, but okay, we're in the Dark Forest again. Massive troll. That's no good. I'm gonna fight the troll. Let's see. Activation stock. What's the deal with activation stock? Remember, node is triggered. It uses up one activation stock. Whenever an activation stock is used, it comes depleted till the next flip. There's a lot of mechanics in this game, but you know, that's the good ones always. The good ones always do. All right, we're gonna do one more match, and then we're getting to tater tot time. We'll do another call to action. Maybe I'll solve a Logi art puzzle if you guys are lucky. I don't know if this match doesn't take too long. You know what I mean? I'm a pro gamer over here. I don't have time to wait. This is like 20 seconds now. That's crazy. It's crazy. More people need to get online. Oh man, I want to be the dragon. When can I Quetzalcoatl the wizard? Oh, that's what I want to be. That's where I want to be in life. Q side. Look at all those bonuses stacking up. Oh, this rank's gonna take a while, but I did get another hero level. Okay, let's do this. Come on. Come on. Come on. Man, bunch of noobs on this team. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Oh, man. Look at that. Look at that. I can't afford that. I can't afford those kinds of losses. Come on. One, go. Q, 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 Q. I don't even know why. You know, I don't know why. So the thing to understand, Andrew, is the coin flips, and there's a 50-50 chance that it's on either on up or Q, and then, you know, it's a gambling environment, and we're gambling on whether it. Look at this. Look at my tilt meter. It's terrible. So the truth is I don't actually know, and I was just making up. I was acting like I understood, and I mean I don't really. It's kind of like it's very silly, and I'm just being silly to enhance the experience that you folks out there are having. But I have to admit I don't really even understand all this stuff that. I mean, aside from its coin flips, and thus none of this really matters. But it's fun. And again, I think there's a joke in there somewhere. Okay, well, that's all for this time. I want to go to hero select, though. I want to see, can I unlock, how do I get, there's a troll, there's a streamer, there's a whale. Robert the robot, that makes sense. And Quetzalcoatl the wizard. Get to novice on 3 heroes. I don't know if I'm a novice. Well, I guess that'll have to wait for another time. All right, that's enough for queue up. We're going to go back to five calls. Ask. Because at least I understand that. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong window. There we go. 5 calls ask, and to finish off the stream, as I like to do, I'll do a Logi Art Grimoire, because it's a Saturday. It's a nice lazy day for me. I've got some time, and I know folks absolutely love the Logi Art Grimoire. Right now, though, 5calls.org. Go and search for CFPB at 5calls.org. You'll get this script link up here. This one, I don't want my finger to disappear. And call your representatives, senators, or write them. Thank you, Andrew. And ask them to fully fund the CFPB, restore the CFPB's funding. I don't think I mentioned this at the top, but CFPB's funding was cut by almost half in the big bill that was passed, and it's really not logical because it's not taxpayer money. It is money that is earned by the Federal Reserve. And I looked into this because someone asked me, how does it work that you're not funded by taxpayer money? Because, like, isn't all money taxpayer money in some way, shape, or form? Not precisely. Like, money is fungible, don't get me wrong. So, if you introduce money into a system somehow, the money that's spent on this is fungible to, then being spent on this other thing. So, in a way, all money is kind of taxpayer money because it's in a contained system, right? But specifically, if you think about just the stream of money that comes into the government, there's a stream that comes in from the taxes paid, especially on income tax and related things like that, that goes to the federal government and is then decided by Congress how it is dedicated out. There are tariffs. Tariffs go into, I don't know what fund, resulting, in the end, they go into the Treasury. The Treasury makes money. This might be, again, I might be getting details wrong because I'm not an expert on this, but it makes money off of banks because banks pay into a central Treasury fund because they get insured and other things through the FDIC, for instance. And so money is coming into the Treasury from banks. And that's the primary way that the reserve is funded, and thus that money is what pays for the CFPB. Now, do banks charge more and thus, consumers are still paying for it because banks are charging some money to make up the money that they, whatever. Again, money's fungible. But the point is, it's not taxpayer money, which means when the Congress is trying to save money and reduce the national debt, which is a result of money not of spending in Congress that is not covered, right, by the taxes that are being brought in, right, in order to pay for things when it's beyond what tax money pays for or what other income sources like tariffs pay for, then the government has to take out loans, which are in the form of bonds and things like that, and bills and blah, blah, blah. And the CFPB, because it takes money from the Federal Reserve, is not contributing to the debt. So if the big bill tried to save the debt, tried to reduce the debt and the deficit, cutting the CFPB does not help at all. Cutting the CFPB did not give Congress any more money to mess with. It did not reduce the national debt. It didn't reduce the deficit because we're not in the budget. So you're not getting any bonus from that. You're just getting less consumer protection for virtually no cost. I mean, I always tell people, like, everything is essentially comes back to taxpayer money or consumer money. For instance, I believe in government oversight, and this is not a mark against it. But what you do not have is Coca-Cola oversight or Taco Bell oversight or Tater Tot oversight. Citizens don't get that. Private companies do their business however they want. But if there is a mistake at the Coca-Cola plant, if somebody screws up or they just work or they're just blowing off work that day, any cost that is incurred to the Coca-Cola company by a worker blowing off work or taking home a can of Coke or whatever, any theft or loss suffered by the company is passed on to the consumer. So you're paying for lazy workers at the Coca-Cola plant. You're paying for lazy workers at the Target, at the Taco Bell, etc. So, I mean, this is more about just being aware as a consumer of what companies charge and why. But to say, like, that the CFPB having returned so much money to consumers is a model of government efficiency. It's a model of efficiency, period, because it is essentially, a law enforcement agency and a regulatory enforcement agency. But what that means is that, companies that do the wrong things get fined, and companies that rip people off get penalized, and then that money is returned to consumers. So that's just a bonus. It's like if the police could, take everything that gets stolen from people and actually get it back for them, which doesn't happen. And, you'd be like, wow, the police have basically, saved us money because we paid less to have a police force than the amount they returned to people. That doesn't happen. But it does happen in the CFPB. So if you've ever had your car broken into or your radio stolen, they don't do that anymore, do they? A catalytic converter, right? Somebody broke into your house and stole your TV or your jewelry. In all likelihood, you never got that back. But if you compare that one to what the CFPB does, you did get it back, or millions of Americans did. You may or may not have benefited directly from the CFPB. You may or may not know whether you've benefited directly from the CFPB, but I promise you, we are out there returning consumer dollars to consumers, and in a way that and I don't blame police. It's hard to once somebody's CD player gets stolen, their stereo gets stolen out of their car, which again I don't think really happens anymore. It's hard to track that down. For us, it's a little bit easier. So I'm not faulting the police, but I'm just saying we're certainly more efficient than the police in that regard. All right. Now let's talk about Logi Art Grimoire. I'm just going to try a quick 10 by 10 or 5 by 5 puzzle. Sorry, I jumped to the stop vote. If you have not watched me play Logi Art Grimoire before, or if you're not familiar with Logi Art Grimoire, I can promise you it's even more confusing than Q Up was to the general public. I think it's a like a numbers kind of Sudoku-esque puzzle game, crossword, Sudoku, but technically it makes pictures, and it's not showing up on the screen for some reason. Logi Art Grimoire, please show up. It's going to be a lot worse if the game decides not to show up on the screen. Alright, well, we're going to try something quickly. Let's see. I don't want to expose any of these screens. I got to find something to... here, this is Microsoft Edge Game Assist. And then we'll go back and search that. And then hopefully it appears. Why is... This is a new problem that I've not had before. Technical difficulties. What are we going to do? Well, I'm going to keep talking. And capture specific window. I'm going to keep talking until I figure out what's going wrong with Logi Art Grimoire. Capture specific window. Logi Art Grimoire, come on. Come on. Why aren't you showing my boy Emil? Oh, that's just, it's sad. I'm going to come just trying to make Emil show up. And nobody wants to show Emil? He's so cute. Why wouldn't you? You want to see this? Here's my D&D Idle Champions game. And now we'll go Logi Art Grimoire. And it still won't work. Alright, I'm going to close Logi Art Grimoire. I'm cutting into important tater tot time. I don't like these videos to be 2 hours long, because then people look at them and say, I am not watching a 2-hour video, even if it's really good. I posted a 4-hour video, I think. I mean, it's several weeks ago now, but it is still absolutely the best of my videos. I do a whole presentation about identity while I play Elden Ring. I don't know, like, good luck. Go find something better than that. You're not gonna. Alright, now we have Logi Art Grimoire. I'm going to get Emil. I'm going to give him a little more space on the screen. He deserves it. And I'm going to find a quick, a quick 10 by 10 puzzle to do because, again, I'm cutting into tater tot time, and this game is confusing for most people. And so this part is just you kind of select these images that you've made in previous puzzles, and you fuse them, and then that gives you a new puzzle to do. I hope that I keep getting out of sync with this game, but nobody cares. But the point is, yeah, I think I did this puzzle already. I keep getting out of sync with my games on my Steam Deck versus on my computer. Anyways, so this row, we're going to start here with these high numbers. This row has 5 in a row, some number of spaces, and then 3 in a row. So it could be like this, right? But it could also be like this. But those are the only 2 configurations. In both those configurations, these blocks are filled. And that's the only way that those can fit into that row. That's how we solve the puzzle. So up here we have 2 and 2. That's we're not going to be able to get any information because it's just not enough. I don't think I have done this puzzle before. So here we have 1 and 1. So what do we know about that then? We know that this one is on its own. It has to be because there's only patterns of 1 length in this column. So if it's on its own, we know that both sides of it are x's because, you know, if there was this one here, then it'd be a 2. It can't be, so it's a 1. So we can mark that one off like this. So in this row, this could be a 1. Then this could be a 1, right? But this can't be the 2 because it's too early. There's not enough space to fit the 2 1s in. So we know this is a 1. We don't know if there's one up here or not. We know this is a 1. So we can mark that one. Similarly here, this could be the 3. It could be the 1. We don't know because we don't have enough information. It could be this, or it could be something like this, right? So we don't know, so we're not doing anything with that. Here, this is definitely the 2 because there's not enough room to put the 2 and then the 1. Still doesn't tell us if it's this or this, but in either of those cases, we know this is not filled because the 2 has to be here, and it has to be either 1, 2 or 1, 2. And that's how you solve the puzzle. These are 2s, right? And there's not enough room to put a 2 up here in a space because that would require 3 spaces. So these 2s can't stretch up to here. So we know these are x's. Now, over here, this is a 4. Well, 4 can't fit in here, so we x that out. And there's no other numbers on this row. And in fact, there's only 4 spaces left. So we know those are 4. Which means we know this is the 1. And we know this is the 1. We know this is a 1. And we know that not enough. We don't know enough yet. But that's a 4. Here we go. We know this is a 1 and we know this is a 3. Has to be that. Can't be anything else, which means the rest of these have to be blank. 2 and a 1 doesn't help. 2 and a 2 doesn't help. So over here we're looking at our 5, 3. We don't have anything yet. Here's a row. 2 can't fit in 1 space. Now all that's left is 2, 2. The 3 has to start here now, which means it's like this. Can't be anything else. And there's nothing in that column. These are all 2s. And they can't fit in a 1. Okay? So we can X all those. This is a 3. It could be here. So we don't know. We're not going to do anything with that yet. This is a 2 and a 1. That's 2. Right? It has to be a space. And that means that has to be there. Which means the 3 has to be like that. It's the only way it could be. Can't stretch over to here. We already know that's an X. And since there's only a 3 in there, we can mark all those X's. This one's going pretty quick. Now we have 2s up here. We know those have to be X's there. The 5 and the 3, still no help there. 1, 2, 1. It could be here, 2, 1. And it could be nothing else. Because if it's a 1 here, that would make it a 3. And that's the only place for the 2 to fit. So the 1 has to be here. The 2 has to be here. And that's an X. Now, this is a 1 over here. It's only 1, 1. We've marked it. So that's an X. And those are all X's. Now, this is a 5. which means 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5 has to be there. And the 3 is there. So that's nice for us. 1, 3. We have our 1. That has to be the 3, and there's nothing else. 1, 1, 2. So this is 2, 2, and nothing else. This 2 has to be like this, and nothing else. And you can kind of see how this is going to go because we're making a picture. So this 2 has to be there, nothing else. This 2 has to be there, nothing else. This 2 has to be there, nothing else. This 2 is like that, and this 2 in this row is like that, and this 2 in this column is like that, and this 2 is like that. And that's your Logiart Grimoire. Thank you for staying tuned. That's a scythe or a sickle. And yeah, so now email is happy, and we've Logiarted. And now it's Tater Tot time. So I hope everybody had a good time in this stream today. Again, there will be an AI video coming out. For those of you who like nerdy topics, I have another channel on YouTube. It's Save versus Blog. I used to have a gaming blog, and I posted a couple videos, mostly of miniatures, I think, that are still available over there. Just painted miniatures is not that exciting. But now that I have this whole Save the CFPB movement going, I am contemplating doing some Nerdsplainer videos because I own nerdsplain.com. Why wouldn't I? I think I still own it, at least. I better check. Anyways, so I want to do Nerdsplainers where I just talk about some fantasy books, games, movies, fantasy sci-fi, and I explain things that happen in them from, my perspective. Like, why do TIE fighters make noise in space? It's a classic. I love that one. And I can explain it to you. So I have some ideas there, some more obscure than others, but, I just try to make them fun and funny. So stay tuned. We might do some of that. Stay tuned to the shorts. My daughter tells me they're getting better. My daughter tells me the shorts are getting better. She did not say they're skibbity 6-7, but they're getting better. So I hope you're watching those on my Instagram, at Mr. Gone, here on YouTube, at Chuck Werner. chuckwerner.com/SaveTheCFPB, always the link to the latest video or the next upcoming video, specifically live streams. But I guess when I do other videos, maybe the link will go there. I guess we'll see. 5calls.org. If you haven't done it already, why not? Bookmark it. Call once a day. Why not? What are they going to do to you? Nothing. Well, if they do something to you, it's going to be bad. So hopefully by the time they get to you, because they're mad that you called them twice, somebody else has stopped them. The evil Sith Lords who I'm imagining run the government. That's not true. These are reasonable people. You can call them a couple times. You're going to be fine. Nothing bad is going to happen. If Darth Vader was your senator, you might get force choked. But he's not, because he's a fictional guy. So, yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you save the CFPB. It's going to be a really important week or two coming up here because negotiations to open the government are going to be ongoing, and we need to push our folks to preserve consumer protection. I mean, there's a lot going on right now. We need people to be fed. We need people to have health care. I believe in protecting people with community action through public good government, activities. So, I believe in all this stuff. Call me crazy. So I know that there's a lot of other stuff going on for people, and I want everybody to take care of themselves, take care of your neighbors, care for your friends and family, and love yourself, because that's important. Everybody is deserving of love. I'm from Pittsburgh, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. I love you just the way you are. That isn't to say you can't get better. It's just that there is nothing inherently wrong with you. Everything, every mistake you make, every bad idea you have is something you can change, and you can make your life better, and the people's around you, you can make their lives better. There's nothing wrong with you inherently. I love you just the way you are. Won't you be my neighbor? Well, you already are because you're tuning into this live stream. Thanks so much. Okay, that's it for this week, and I'll be back soon. But for now, enjoy the music, which I don't think I've ever said the name of, but the theme song for this stream is called Fine Anne Shell Crisis. I don't know. It's not very clever, but you can enjoy it anyways. I'm out. Bye, everybody.